All right, family. What I'm going to do now is that I'm going to start the training off. This is going to be one of those trainings that make you say, make you think a little bit. And we're going to start out with the question of what's your identity? What is your identity, right? And so, I want to talk about that real quick. And so, just to give you a little bit of information about me, um, I'm one of four boys, right? I got an older brother. I have two younger brothers. And I also, I have a sister as well. She's between me and my older brother. But we don't have the same mom and stuff like that. And, but my older brother, we're like a year and 8 months apart. I mean, just literally grew up together. I mean, that's my guy. He was like one of my first heroes out there. So he's got a daughter. He's got really four daughters. His oldest daughter is a senior in college. She's a senior in college. And so I was talking to her yesterday because her graduation is coming up in December and mid-December, and I'm making plans to be there for her graduation. It's just an exciting time, man. I mean, I have this picture of me holding her in my arms when she was a little girl. And just to look at that picture and then to see her now, just a beautiful young lady about to graduate college with a degree in information systems from my alma mater. And it's just an amazing time. And so I'm just kind of talking to her about what her next step is and her journey and stuff like that. And she's just trying to figure it out, like probably like a lot of young people are. They're just trying to figure out, okay, like, what do I want to do? Right. And so I talked to her and I kind of gave her my talk just based on some information she shared with me. I gave her my talk on identity and like, what is your identity? Right. And so I'm going to ask you guys the same question that I asked her. And I think it's an interesting question. And this is not something that I created, not something that I made up. It's actually something that one of my mentors in business, our national sales director, Tony Stevens, he really kind of broke this down to me one time. And I thought it was super powerful. And I just kind of stole it from him and made it my own. But this is the question I want to ask you guys, right? And I want you to feel free to just weigh in on the chat and just kind of type your responses to this and stuff like that. What would be your first one? Okay, so this is the question that I want to ask. What if, this is a what if question. What if you lost everything, everything, and you found yourself homeless in the downtown area of your city? Homeless, downtown, in the middle of downtown of your city. You have no money, you have no car, you have no job, you have no credit cards, you have no bank account, you have no one to contact, you have no family connections, you have no network to tap into. All you have is no cell phone, no cell phone. All you have is just the clothes on your back. What if you were in that situation? Now, I know that that's a crazy, dire situation to be in, and you probably never thought about that, but that really kind of feeds into where I'm going. But what if you found yourself in that situation when you lost everything, you're homeless in downtown of whatever city you live in, no money, no car, no cell phone, no credit cards, no network to tap into, no person, no family to call to say, hey, can I do this? Can I borrow that? Just the clothes on your back. What would you do? That's the question. What would you do? What would you do? What would you do? And you can weigh in on the chat. What would you do? You found yourself downtown, you lost everything, you ain't got nobody to call, you ain't got no means to call them, right? What would you do? What would you do? And as you think about that, and some of you guys might not know what to do or whatever, let me give you something that I know about each and every last one of you. And I know this to be true about every single person that is on this meeting. I don't necessarily know what you'll do, but I know what you won't do. what you won't do. Somebody, I hate to say, I'm gonna pray first, right? And yo, that's exactly what my niece said. My niece said, the first thing that I'm gonna do, uncle, is I'm gonna pray, right? And I think that that's amazing. Yeah, prayer for protection. Yep, you're gonna pray, right? And so that lets me know that, man, y'all got enough sense to say, you know what, I can't get myself out of this situation by my own volition. It's like I'm gonna need to tap into a higher power because my steps are ordered. So you're gonna pray for protection. You're gonna pray for divine connections. You're gonna pray for those things. And let me tell you something. One thing that I know about you guys, I don't know exactly what you'll do after you pray and things like that, but I know what you won't do after you pray. You won't stay there. You won't stay there. You won't stay in downtown. You won't stay without anything. Meaning that if I come back the next day or a week later, 9 times out of 10, you're probably not going to be there, right? And if I give it some more time, you're going to start inching back and working your way back towards the life that you have right now. Y'all ain't hearing me. Because everything that's inside of you will tell you that being in downtown of the city in which you live with nothing is not your identity. That's not who you are. That's not who you are. And because I'm going somewhere with this, and because that's not who you are, then you won't stay there. Because let me tell you guys a secret about identity. You can never operate and exist and function outside of your identity. I'm going to repeat that. You can never operate, live, exist, and function outside of your identity. And your identity is, how do you see you? How do you see you? How do you see yourself? Not how other people see you, but how do you see yourself? You'll never be able to operate outside of that. Has anybody had people in their life that tell them or that tell you that you're amazing, that you're awesome, and that you're all of these things, you're so talented, you're so gifted, and it might be this thing inside of you that says, I don't believe you? Like, man, like, is that really me? Am I really all of those things? Or you just maybe have this voice of doubt? Let me tell you something. That's an identity crisis that you might be having. See, the way some people see you could be way better than you see yourself, but it doesn't matter how people see you. Because how people see you, if you don't see yourself as such, especially if it's something that's really, really big, you'll never live up to it. It'll be a struggle for you to, if you don't settle it in yourself, that that's who you are. So what is your identity, right? Because you can never operate and function and live outside of it. How do you see yourself? Do you guys know why lottery winners go broke? You want to know why? It's because having all of that money is outside of their identity. Do you want to know why athletes sometimes get all that money and then they squander it and go broke? Because having all that money and having all those things is outside of their identity. Y'all ain't hearing me. Do you want to know why some people struggle to be in successful, peaceful relationships? I'm not saying all people. I said some people struggle to be in harmonious, loving, prosperous relationships, because sometimes being in those types of relationships is not their identity, because it may have been something that happened to them when they were younger. Maybe they were raised like that. So they were raised around a lot of conflict, a lot of unrest, a lot of dysfunction. So if they find themselves in a loving, functional, healthy environment, because that's not their inner identity, they'll do everything to create the hell around them. Some of y'all know what I'm talking about. Because having all of that chaos and cacophony, that's their identity, right? And so when you have a lottery winner or an athlete get all of that money and their level of consciousness hasn't achieved all of that money, but their level of consciousness is really that of a poor person, right? Because that might have been the circumstances they came from. They came from nothing. They came from a situation where they were broke and they were without and they were with they had a lot of lack. If they don't elevate their thinking and change their identity of how they see themselves, they will do everything in their power to subconsciously destroy the wealth and riches that they have and find themselves right back to where they internally feel comfortable, and that's being broke. And y'all, that's real. That's real. So you've heard some people say self-sabotage, or some people afraid of success. Some people are afraid of success. Now, these aren't conscious. These aren't conscious choices and decisions where somebody wakes up and says, I want to blow all the money, all the blessings that I have. It's not a conscious decision, guys. It's not that. It's a subconscious thing that happens on an internal level to where a person is trying to find their level like water. Water, you pour it in any container, it's going to find its level. Well, that's exactly how human beings are. We're seeking our level. Here's the problem. What's your current level? What's your current level? They say that if you strip a wealthy person down, start them over with nothing, it will not take them long to amass the wealth again. Why? Because wealth is their consciousness. Wealth is their identity. And if it's all a matter of how we see ourselves and the way we think, how are we thinking? How I thought a year ago, 3 years ago, 5 years ago is different from the way that I think now. And hopefully you're at a place to where how you thought a year ago, 3 years ago, 5 years ago, 10 years ago is different from what you're thinking now. And I'm here to tell you, family, if you look around your life and you seeing some things that you don't like, I'm here to tell you right now, this is the blessing. You have the power to change it. And it ain't nobody else's responsibility to change it. The change that you want to experience in your life, it's an inside out experience. It's an inside out experience. It starts on the inside of you. And what you have going on the inside of you, you can manifest it through the grace of God on the outside of you. But if you're not in harmony, with the blessings that come your way, you'll do everything in your power to get them out of your life. Subconsciously, you won't even know it. You won't even know it. So what's your identity, family? What is your identity? Let's go a little bit further, right? And let's talk about something called the power of certainty. Some of you guys have seen me do this before, but I want to do it again. Let's talk about the power of certainty, right? See, there's a power in that word certainty. And I'm telling you right now, a lot of times people will move to action, even if the task is difficult, if they're certain that an outcome is going to prevail. The outcome that they want will prevail. They'll do it. Let me tell you something. How many of us, I'm going to go on a gallery view. How many of you guys have college degrees? Now, this isn't an indictment against people who don't have college degrees, but how many of us have college degrees, right? Let me ask you guys something. Was it a journey and a process to get your college degree? Shake your head yes if it was. Was there challenges that you had to go through, whether there were emotional challenges, money challenges, all kind of challenges you had to confront to get that degree, right? Let me ask you another question. Were there people who started that journey with you? They didn't finish the journey, that did not finish the journey. We all know those people. That they started the journey with us, but they just didn't finish it. They didn't finish it, right? And so what kept us in the game? Because it ain't like you get a college degree in one semester. Oh, it ain't like you get a college degree in 1 year, right? For most of us, it takes at least 4 years or 4.5 or 5 years or 7 years. Y'all get what I'm saying? To get that degree. But here's the deal. We did it because we were chasing an outcome. We were chasing an outcome. And what was that outcome? We understood that, hey, if I go get this degree, it's going to put me in a position to where I can have a better quality of life. That's what we were told. That's what we were sold. Am I right or am I right? It doesn't matter if you went into education. It doesn't matter if you went into engineering. It doesn't matter if you went into computers, if you went into nursing, if you went into accounting. You were told that if you go get a degree in some field of discipline, that can put you on a path for a professional career, and that professional career can help you have a better quality of life. Now, let me ask y'all a question. Was that a guarantee? Was that a guarantee? No, that wasn't a guarantee. But we had made it up in our mind to the point to where we were certain that if I did that, then that's what was going to happen. So there was a power of certainty at work in our minds that allowed us to endure all we endure. Some of us are still paying. So how about some of us are still enduring through student loans and pay. Some of us are still doing that in order to get to what we got to. So there's power in certainty. Certainty is knowing that, man, you've made it up in your mind. And that's all it is. It's just something that you've made a decision about in your mind, that if I do this, this, and this, then my desired outcome will prevail. And so whatever price I gotta pay, I'll do it because I feel that if I do that and if I pay my price, my desired outcome will prevail. Y'all missing. Let me go a little bit further. So here's the deal. I got this from Tony Robbins, motivational speaker, businessman extraordinary. He said, hey, the key to create absolute certainty is to fill yourself with the belief that you will accomplish what you set out to. I'm gonna repeat that. The key is to create absolute certainty. The key is to create absolute. How do you create absolute? You fill yourself with the belief that you will accomplish whatever you set out to do, no matter what is happening in the external world. Wasn't that your college experience? See, you created an absolute certainty in your mind. It's for the people who you say you got your degree. You created an absolute certainty in your mind. You filled yourself with the belief that if you got your degree that you set out to do, no matter what happened in the outside world, that you were going to get what you came for. And that was a better quality of life. That equaled a better. So you endured what was happening in the external world because you had created absolute certainty in your mind. You were going to get the daggum job done. And some of you guys may have done that with getting a certification. Some of you guys may have done that with a relationship, whatever the case may be. I'm sure there's evidence in your life. I'm going somewhere with this, to where you've had to draw on develop and lean on some absolute certainty in your life in order to get something done. And that's facts. That's facts. So how can that serve you here in Primerica? Because what I'm talking about, family, this isn't nothing that's new or foreign to us. We just don't know how to use it, A-Town, here. You've done it before. You've done it in other areas, right? You just don't know how to turn that on and apply it here in Primerica. I just hope that something that I say can flip a switch for some of you guys. Say, you know what, man, Nick is right. I have done that before. I have paid a price to achieve something before because I felt that the outcome, my desired payoff from what I was doing, I felt that it was worth it. So I paid a price to get that done and I stuck with it. I didn't quit. And now I made it. I have evidence of that, Kalia. You got evidence of that somewhere. So why is it when we come here, we forget that? We don't know how to pay a price here. We think that everything's supposed to come easy, this, that, and the other. No. What in your life worth having has ever come easy? It's probably cost you a lot of time and a lot of money. It has probably frustrated the dog mess out of you. In order for you to get, guys, somebody, let me, am I right or am I right? Am I right or am I right? Some of y'all on a job now because you like, man, they promised me a promotion. And you catching HE double hockey sticks on that job because they promised you a promotion, but you staying with it. You staying with it. Some of you guys done went to get more education for the sake of your job. You didn't went and got a master's degree. You didn't went and got an MBA. You didn't went and got all this because you felt that with these additional credentials, it would put you in a position for a greater opportunity. Your desired payoff would happen. So you endured all of that with the hope. It wasn't guaranteed. Nobody put it in writing for you, but you did it because you put in your mind an absolute certainty that it would. Nobody guaranteed that certainty, but you put in your mind an absolute certainty that it would happen. And you did it. All I'm saying, family, is that the same level of certainty that you use to accomplish whatever you've accomplished in your life, you can use it here. You can do the same thing here. How do you do it, right? So there's elements to creating certainty. See, how you create certainty, like I said, you have to create it in your mind first. You have to decide first. And that's the problem. Some of us haven't made a decision yet, but you have to decide first. Well, Nick, how do I decide? Right? Okay, check this out. This is what Tony Robbins describes as how you build certainty. But I'm going to tell you right now, family, what I'm about to show you is designed to work for you. But if you're not careful, it'll work against you. I'm going to repeat that. What I'm about to show you is so powerful that if you use it right, it'll work for you. It'll work for you. It'll be so amazing. It'll be a big blessing to your life. But if you're not careful, and if you don't watch yourself, the very thing that I'm going to show you, it will work against you. And I'm going to talk about that here in a second. So let's talk about this. So you have these 4 boxes. You have potential, you have action, you have results, and you have belief. You have potential, you have actions, you have results, and you have belief. And they're all connected. Every last one of them are connected. Every box is so important, it's almost too scary to even talk about, Tiffany. So let's talk about the first box, which is potential. And potential asks the question, What is the potential for you to win in Primerica? What is the potential that you can win here in Primerica? I want you to ask yourself that question. What is the potential for you to win here in Primerica? So let's talk about that. What is your potential in Primerica? And these are just some questions. Coach B. Walk, check this out. What is a person's potential for passing their life insurance exam? What is your potential for passing your securities exam? What is your potential for mastering the fundamentals in Primerica? What is your potential for qualifying for your next promotion? I want to go from rep to senior rep, or senior rep to district, or district to division, or division to regional leader. What is your potential for banking field training bonus money? And how much field training bonus money? What is your potential for making $1,000+ a month in Primerica? What is your potential for becoming a field trainer, a certified field trainer in Primerica? What is your potential? Here we go. For getting promoted to regional vice president. What is your potential? What is your potential for making $100,000 a year in Primerica? What is your potential for building a hierarchy in Primerica? For making $250,000 a year in income? For making $1 million a year in income? For achieving your why, whatever your why is, for achieving your why in Primerica. What is your potential? Guys, and if there's some things that I left off that you feel that are relevant or important, plug them in. What is your potential for achieving those things? What do you think that they are? What is your potential? I'm here to tell you, your potential is unlimited. It's unlimited. And you know how I know it's unlimited? Because there's been several people that have come before you and come after you that are doing it. They came from more dire circumstances than you. They came from a rougher neighborhood than you. They came from a more broken home than you. They came with fewer people in their warm market than you. They came with less qualified people that they knew. They came with no car. You have a car. And they still won. So that proves, and that shows, see, all we got to do is just show you one person that's disabled, one person that's blind, one person that is of a certain age, whether you're a seasoned person or a young person, that they didn't use it as an excuse and they still won. And I'm telling you right now, whatever your situation is that you feel is holding you back, that if I ask you right now, hey, if you can, what's the one or two things that you feel that if you didn't have to deal with in Primerica, that you for sure know that you can win? Oh, Nick, if I didn't have to deal with this and this, if I just had this, I know I could win here. I guarantee you right now, whatever those things are, there are so many people that have come before you and after you that they had those same things and then some, and they still won. So what is your potential here? I'm here to tell you, your potential is unlimited. Let's settle that right now. Let's settle that right now. There's a person that came in this business and literally made from zero, scratch IBA to $1 million a year in income in like 3-4 years. Crazy. You got April and Monte, but like just the Bonners, Mika Saunders and her organization. Oh my gosh, like what they're doing. I mean, the Hispanic and Latino contingent in Primerica right now, how they're growing. Man, these are minority people that are the tip of the spear of Primerica that are winning in a big time way. In America, in Primerica, winning in Primerica in America. So the potential is unlimited, right? But it doesn't stop with just potential, because then it goes to action. Because here's the deal. Your potential determines the amount of action that you take, the amount of potential that you tap into. Whatever you come here believing, that's going to determine how much action that you take. The amount of potential that you tap into is based on the actions that you take. The amount of potential that you tap into will determine the amount of action that you take. We all got potential to achieve great things in this business, but how much of that potential are you tapping into? Because that's going to determine how much action you take. And here's the other thing. What actions are you taking? What actions are you taking? Because you got to ask the question, are your habits and actions in alignment? That's what that word congruent means. Are they in alignment with your potential, with the potential you have in this business? And I think the answer to that question for most of us is no. It's no. If we just gonna keep it a buck, it's no. Our habits and our actions in Primerica are not in alignment with our potential, because we just said our potential is unlimited, right? So are we taking the type of action that lines up with our belief that we feel that our potential is unlimited here? No, we're not. We're not. But here's the rub with that. Here's the drawback with that. Because the action you take, here we go, Super J will determine the results that you get. Oh, here we go. See, are y'all seeing how it's all starting to connect? The actions that you take will determine the results that you get. And guess what? The results that you get, what are you getting? Have you passed your life insurance exam? Have you passed your securities exam? Have you mastered the fundamentals in Primerica? Like how to do a winning presentation, how to schedule appointments, how to take somebody through a wealth builder, how to get referrals, how to take somebody through a new recruit orientation and get a new recruit off to a fast start? Have you qualified? When was the last time you qualified for a promotion? Have you banked any field training bonus money? How much do you have? Are you making money in Primerica? If you are you making over $1,000 in Primerica? Are you making over $2,000 a month in Primerica? Because it's all based on your actions. Have you become a certified field trainer yet? Did you get your RVP promotion? Big shout out to Coach B. Walk and Coach Fowler. Are you making $100,000 a year in Primerica yet? Are you building a hierarchy? $250,000 a year, $1 million a year? See, that got me. Have you achieved your why in Primerica? See, if the answer to these questions or some of these questions is no, we still got work to do. We got work to do. We got work to do, right? So check this out. Because when you take action, it'll determine your results. And the results you get feed into your belief. And all of your belief is what you think and feel you can accomplish in Primerica. That's your belief. It's what you think and what you feel you can accomplish in Primerica. See, what is your belief system right now? Because you already have a belief of what your real potential is in Primerica, no matter what I tell you. You already have a belief system in place. What you feel that your real potential is and what you can accomplish in Primerica, and it doesn't matter what I tell you. You know why? Because you cannot operate outside of your identity. Come on, somebody. See, some of you guys, you don't see yourself as an RVP. You don't see yourself as winning here in Primerica. That's not your identity. So it doesn't matter how much me or your field trainer or your upline tells you, you're awesome, you're amazing, you're a winner. Oh my gosh, you're a superstar in the making. If you don't see yourself as that and you don't feel that on the inside, you'll never operate outside of that because it's an inside out experience. Now, here's the deal. That's not going to stop us from speaking that over you. That's not going to stop us from saying those things to you. and planting those seeds in your heart and in your spirit. We're going to tell you that you're amazing. We're going to tell you that you're unstoppable. We're going to tell you that you are one of one. We're going to tell you that you are a legacy builder. You are a superstar in the making. You are a rock star on stage, tearing it up. We're going to tell you that 24/7, 7 days a week, and twice on Sunday. We're going to tell you all of that until one day, prayerfully, you believe it. Because I believe it about you. I believe it. But it don't matter what I believe. It's all about what do you believe? And how do you see yourself? Family, what is your identity? How do you see yourself? Because here's the thing. You already have a belief system. You don't know it, but you came here with one already. And so let me talk to you about that belief system. You know where that belief system came from? Let me tell you. It came from your life experiences. It came from the friendship circles that you have. It came from your family. Your belief system came from your past successes, your past failures. It came from the environment that you grew up in. It came from your faith walk. Some of you guys' identity in your belief system has grown tremendously because just your walk with God and your relationship with the Lord. And then also, it's come from your frame of reference. What have you seen in the past in your life? What experiences have you gone through or you've seen other people go through that made you believe that, hey, man, that's possible? We call that your frame of reference, to where if somebody says, yeah, you can make $100,000 a year, your mind, whether you know it or not, it starts to access who do you know that makes $100,000 a year? And if you know somebody that makes $100,000 a year and you know them and they know you, you have a greater likelihood of believing that it might happen to you. But if somebody tells you you can make $100,000 a month and your mind starts to reference, who do I know that make $100,000 a month? And you come up with nobody, dadgummit, you start to doubt that. You're like, I don't know anybody that makes $100,000 a month. So I hear what Nick is saying, but damn it, a part of me don't believe that. I don't think that that can happen because I don't have a frame of reference. Y'all, come on, somebody. But what we try to do in Primerica, listen to me. See, you're talking to somebody that has made $20, $30, $40, $50,000 in 1 month. They're probably, I'm not trying to flex. I'm just telling you, you're talking, so you have a close frame of reference for that. And what we try to do here is in big events, we try to put you in an environment of the people. Come on, Andrea, that's making 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 100, $250,000 a month. So you can be in that group and be like, who make $250,000 a month? That dude who started, he make how much? No. For real? Man, his subject verb agreement is all off. And he make $150,000 a month. I got a degree in English. What's going on? Is this real? Yes, it's real. So now you have multiple frames of references, and hopefully that can help fuel your belief. But here's the problem. Some of y'all run from the big events that will expand your belief. Are you going to this big event? No, I ain't going. Why? Is it money? We'll help you pay. No, I'm just not going to go. And I understand sometimes life can get in the way. But I'm here to tell you right now, family, whenever you can go to an event in Primerica to where you can get around people who look like you, that came from where you came from, that's doing amazing things, you better run, not walk to that event. You better make a choice, because that's God trying to put you in a space to say, look, I have no respect of man or woman. What I can do for them, I can do greater for you. But I can't do nothing if you don't believe. See, I can't, okay. There's so many times in scripture where it is referenced to where our Lord and Savior couldn't do much for people because why? They didn't believe. They didn't believe. It was one man that said, man, I believe, but Lord, help my unbelief. And I feel that that is the cry of most people in Primerica. Nick, I hear you saying what you're saying. Lord, have mercy if I can make $10,000 a month. Jeez, I don't know nobody that's making that legally. I can make $20,000 a month. Lord, have mercy. I go to bed and I pray that one day I can make that kind of money. I believe I can do it. I think that God brought me here to be able to do something like this. But Lord, help my unbelief. I'm here to tell you right now, we can put you in an environment that'll help with that. Just you showing up on Tuesday is here to help you with that. So don't you stop in something that's unstoppable. Don't you do it. You better make sure that you are a person that, man, that you like, you at everything to help fuel your belief. Now I'm going somewhere with this. Check this out, family. That's your belief. And it's like a circle. See, your belief that you have. See, you came here with a belief system. Your belief determines how much potential you tap into. See, the potential is unlimited here, but you don't tap into your full potential. Why? Because it's only based on your level of belief. And because you don't tap into all the potential that you have, sometimes it can cause you to take little to no action. And when you take little to no action, what happens to your results, family? You get little to no results. When you get little to no results, what does it do to your belief? It destroys your belief. You start telling yourself things like, see, I know this wasn't going to work. See, I knew this wasn't going to work. See, they convinced me to pay that $99 and I done just wasted my money. Man, ain't nobody going to want to join me in business. Everybody that I'm talking to, they not interested. And man, maybe this just ain't for me. I'm having second to see, just killing your belief. And then when your belief is low, family, let me ask this question. Now that your belief is lower than when you started, how much potential are you tapping into from there? Oh, you really ain't tapping into no potential. You're really not in the creative stage of your business. You're really not out there trying to work your business. And so that means that you start taking no action. You're not scheduling any appointments. You're not showing up to trainings. And then you ain't got no results. You don't even have any prospects of results. Then it just destroys your belief. And then before you know it, you're out of the business. You're out of the business. And somebody will bring it up to you years later and you'll say, yeah, I used to do Primerica. Yeah, I used to do Primerica. Have y'all ever met those people that say, yeah, I used to do Primerica? Yeah, I used to do Primerica. 90% of them, if you ask them this question, let me ask them, you used to do Primerica, did you ever get licensed? 90% of them will say, nope, I never got licensed. You know what that means? That means that they quit before they even got started. They quit before they even got started, right? Now, did nobody say that this was going to be easy? Did nobody say that Primerica was going to be convenient? All I'm trying to tell you is it's going to be worth it. It's going to be worth it. But let me show y'all that again. See, that's how we can work against you. Y'all heard me say that the very thing that I showed you, if you're not careful, it'll work against you. And unfortunately, a lot of times, that's exactly how it's working. It's working against people. You come here with a low belief, right? Because that's the identity that you came here with. That's not an indictment against you. It's just the truth. It's just the truth. And then when you show up here, and somebody said they used to do A.L. Williams. Lord have mercy. Okay, Lord, okay. So come here with a low belief, and you kind of come in here and say, I know y'all telling me to get off fat. I'm just gonna stick my toe in it. I'm just gonna kind of stick even my big toe, I'm gonna stick my pinky toe in it, Coach B. Walt. And you tap in the very little potential that you have. And then from that little potential that you tap into, it ain't a lot of action. Ain't a lot of action, right? Not a lot of appointments being scheduled, not a lot of appointments being ran. No, not a lot. And then the results don't show up. And then the belief takes a hit. That's how it can work against you. Family, let me show you how it should work for you. This is how it should be. I'm gonna put that same thing up, but I'm gonna put a different narrative though up there. See, what if you came here? I understand you don't know anything about money. You don't know anything about investments. You don't know anything about life insurance. You don't know much about Primerica and its strategic partnerships. You don't know about the wealth builder. You don't know about the IBA, the FNA. You don't know about all these different acronyms. You like, man, all these acronyms, what y'all talking about? You don't know nothing about that. But what you do know, you come here with a measure of faith and a belief big enough to where you say, I know this is where God wants me to be. And you've settled in your spirit. It don't matter what challenges that come across my path. I have an absolute certainty that I came here not by accident, but for a reason. And I'm going to see this thing through with an absolute certainty that I'm going to win here. What if you settled that in your spirit day one, just like you settled it when you stepped foot on that college campus? You settled that. A lot of y'all that got the degree, you made that decision you was going to graduate before you stepped foot on the campus. I don't care what comes my way, whether it's a money problem, whether it's a friendship issue, whether it's a living situation, whatever the case may be, whether I get this professor versus that professor, whether I score this grade or that grade, I don't care. I'm going to fight through it. I'm going to walk across that stage. I'm going to get my diploma because that's what I came here for. What if you made that decision when you joined Primerica from the jump? You said, man, this is an opportunity to build a business here. Okay, this is an opportunity to win here. Okay, that's what I came here for. All right. It don't matter if I run into a money problem. It don't matter if I have outside distractions, my job, it don't matter. I'm going to do what I need to do and get the job done because that's what you came here for. And you come with that level of belief. And with that level of belief, I promise you, you'll tap into more potential. And your trainer, in your coach, in your RVP, the things that they say to you, you'll hear them better because it'll all fall in line with the belief that you have and the potential that you're trying to tap into. So you tap in to the potential that you have. And that causes you to take more action. To where you out here like, Nick, I got another person for us to call. Nick, man, how many appointments we got this week? Dang, I need more than that. And you already got 8? No, I'm trying to get 12. So you start taking massive action. You start getting names and phone numbers today. Why? Because it started with a belief. And that belief that you want to get what you came here for, you tapping into all your potential. You calling your people. You got goals set. You got targets you're trying to hit. You got promotion levels that you're obsessing about. You got field training bonus money that you're trying to bank. And so you tapping into action, right? You taking massive action. And that massive action, guess what it's going to give you? Results. Sometimes some of you guys got to take more action than others. I know that it's some of y'all that came here, man, and your first 6 appointments and 12 appointments, all of them stuck. And all of them bought insurance and half of them joined you in business. I can't stand y'all. I'm joking. I love y'all. I love y'all. We need more of y'all. But that just wasn't my story in Primerica. Y'all know how long it took me to get a district leader promotion in Primerica? Well, anyway, y'all better stop. Some of y'all getting district leader promotions and y'all still calling this thing Prime America. Y'all on senior rep district leader contracts, y'all saying, yeah, I was talking to my cousin about Prime America. I'd be like, why are they calling it Prime America and you a district? What's going on? It's happened so fast for you. It's happened so fast. You ain't even broke the habit of calling it Primerica and not Prime America because it happened so fast. You just came through the door yesterday. You're already a district leader, right? Because you're taking massive action, massive action. But for some of us, like me, Shanitha, it's going to take you a minute to get it going. But because you made a decision that I'm going to get what I came here for, it's not going to stop me from tapping into my potential. So what? All of my family is some busters. So what? All of my friends ain't about nothing. That they don't want to take care of their business. They walking around like they got an uncancelable check on life and they got no life insurance. So what? I don't need them to win here. I'll go find some people. Y'all, but man, let me tell you something, man. Jesus said something that was so powerful. He said, look, man, they said, man, why all these people calling you saying, Hosanna, Hosanna? He said, man, because if they don't cry out, the rocks is going to cry out in their place. Let me tell you something. If your family ain't the ones, you better go find some other ones that's going to cry out for you. I'm telling you right now, it's somebody that's going to be like, yes, thank you, Shanitha. Man, I've been praying for somebody to come and talk to me about how to build me a strong financial. I was just talking to my pastor last week. See, a lot of us have been around long enough to where we've had those encounters with people that were praying for a breakthrough, and God sent us by their way at the right time. Y'all think it's an accident that I met Coach B walked away, that I met her in that parking lot? We were both praying. Y'all ain't hear me. We were both praying. And God said, oh man, ain't that cool? She praying for this, he praying for that. Dang, okay, let me go and hook this up. She beep, 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 beep. Stoplight, go and turn green so he can make it there on time. Coach B walk, you need to go to your car for something. She's like, I need to go to my car. And he had to help me out. He said, Nick, there she go. Talk to her. Knucklehead, talk to her. Say, can't depend on no man to do nothing. Coach B walk. Okay, look at that jacket he got on. All right, say something. Hey, you in Primerica? Who you talking to? Me? How you know I'm in Primerica? What number God? We were both praying though. And I'm here to tell you right now, family, there's somebody praying for you to come into their life. But if you ain't doing your job, and you ain't tapping into your potential, and you ain't taking the action that you need to take, you gonna miss it. Man, your family's some busters, man. They not trying to do this, so what? Your best friends, man, they ain't worth nothing. But going to see a good movie with and going to get a couple of drinks with, they ain't worth nothing. Your co-workers, man, they talking about they your ride or dies and all that type of stuff. Man, them jokers ain't even trying to sit down with you. So what? It's somebody else that's ready to cry out in their place. I'm telling you right now. But you ain't going to get to them until you take massive action. And when you take massive action, and you're going to start seeing them results. Oh, man. Coach Andre, I got somebody say they want some life insurance. I got somebody that might want to join the business. And that's how it starts. You get that action. You get them results. Now you like, oh, man, I might be able to get my senior rep promotion this month. Oh, my gosh. I'm one recruit and probably one policy away from getting my district leader promotion. Oh my and you start tapping into more potential. See, y'all, ain't that how it works? Ain't that how it works? Because your belief level is growing. When your belief level is growing, you tap it into more potential. How many of y'all then went for your promotion and you like, man, I had to call everybody. I had to threaten some people to get my promotion. Like, like you had to lay it all out on the line to go get that promotion, right? Like, you know what that was? That was your belief. You were tapping into that potential. You were taking more action, and you got the results. So you've done it before. You've done it in Primerica before. Some of you guys, you've done it in other areas. Why not do it now? Why not do it now? Because I'm telling you right now, it's waiting on you guys. So everything starts with belief. Everything starts with belief, right? Well, Nick, man, I know that you're saying everything starts with belief. How can I really, really get my belief going, right? I want you to watch this YouTube video by Tony Robbins. Just type in YouTube, the Tony Robbins, Power of Certainty. He talks about it. It's a really, really good video. When in your own personal time, look at that deal. What I want you to focus on is the strangest secret. It says, you become what you think about, by the great Earl Nightingale. This is the strangest secret. Guys, you become what you think about. So guess what it's time to do? It's time to start thinking about what you're thinking about. It's time to start thinking about what are you thinking about? So you have 60 to 70,000 thoughts per day, but 90% of these thoughts are the same thoughts from the previous day. Y'all missed it. We all have 60 to 70,000 thoughts per day, but 90% of the stuff that we think is some stuff that happened yesterday or the day before. So we are truly, check this out, Auntie. If 90% of the thoughts that we're having every day, and we have 67,000 thoughts a day, are thoughts of things that happened yesterday and the day before that and last week, that means that we're truly living in the past. Y'all missed it. We living in the past. So we got to start shaping our tomorrow today. How do you shape your tomorrow? You shape your tomorrow today. We got to start thinking about what we're thinking about. These are facts, y'all, that I'm giving you. And we have the power to control this stuff. The brain is an artifact of the past. The brain is always referencing and connecting to things from the past. 90% of our life is coming from programs in our subconscious mind. Every day, only 5% of our life is conscious. 95% of our life is a program running in our subconscious mind. It's like our autopilot. If you used to be a negative because your subconscious mind immediately goes to why something can't happen or why it can't happen, then you're going to have to break that. The key to change is to think greater than your environment. That is the key to any change that you want to make. Is you got to think greater than your environment, greater than your circumstance. And I know that it's easier said than done. I know it, family. I know that it is. Nick, you don't know my situation. I understand. That just means that you're going to have to really focus harder to change your situation, but you can do it. These are some action steps. Do what they call a metacognitive. And what a metacognitive is, it's just literally thinking about, what am I thinking about? Like, what am I thinking about right now? Are you thinking about your next promotion? Are you thinking about, helping families? Are you thinking about building your team or recruiting? What are you thinking about? Because that's what's going to manifest itself, are the things that are most dominant thoughts in your mind. What are you thinking about? Decide what you want. You got to make a decision. What do you want? What did you come here for? What do you want? Meditate daily on what you want for 10 to 15 minutes. Meditate daily. Get it in your mind on what you want for 10 to 15 minutes. Then create a vision board. Create a vision board to help you visualize what you want. This is a vision board that Raheem and I, we had up in our home. It's in our bedroom, in a place to where we can see it and it can see us. We had it up there for a long time, guys. And y'all have seen this before. I just want to kind of revisit it. And when we create vision boards, Raheem and I, we don't just cut out random pictures. And I don't suggest that you do that either. I suggest that if you're going to create a vision board, that you are very meticulous with your vision board, that you figure out what you want out of your life. And once you figured out the things that you truly want out of your life in the area of wealth, in the wealth of financial, spiritual, physical, relationships, personal, emotional, whatever the case may be, and you go find images that associate with the things that you want in your life, images that associate with the things that you want in your life. Go do that. It'll make your vision board more powerful. And so with this vision board, one thing that we had on our vision board, just to tap into the power of visualization, we had this image up here in the top right-hand corner of our vision board of making the AALC Council. Some of you guys know the story, but some of you don't. When you make the AALC count, that means that you go over $200,000 a year in income. So what we did is we created our council picture from a Primerica image, right? So Primerica has on the website the AALC Leadership Council team, and it has everybody's name and their picture out there. What I did and what we did is I printed that picture out, and I printed a picture out of Rahima and I around the same size as the council pictures, and I cut and paste, listen to this, Rahima and I's picture over that AALC council picture, and I put our names there. This was long before she and I made the council. And that picture and that image was on our vision board for years. And do you guys know that obviously this year that happened? And when Rahima and I made the council and we got recognized on stage, guys, this same picture that I had put on our vision board years ago was the picture that was on the banner that we got when we got recognized on stage. Y'all ain't hearing me. Y'all ain't hearing me. There's power in visualization. You create a vision board, put it in a place to where you can see it and it can see you. You can see it, it can see you. Another thing, when we went into, 2021, see, we changed our whole income goal. We had $20,000 a month. We said, well, we've made that. We made that several times. It's time to up the ante. Why don't we do something to where we made $50,000 a month? And going into 2021 of this year, we put that down on our vision board. We said, man, it'll be so cool if, we can make $50,000 a month, right? Let me tell you that we serve a God that can do exceedingly abundantly above anything that we can conceive or imagine. The first month of the year, in January, Rahima and I made $51,800 and some that month. Y'all ain't hearing me. The first month of the year, we made over almost $52,000 that month. And y'all say that ain't no power in visualization. I'm here to tell you that it is. Guys, saying affirmations to yourself, saying daily affirmations, that's how you help build your belief. Having a vision board to where you can see the life that you want every day and it can see you. That will help fuel your belief. Surrounding yourself around people that are speaking life over you and encouraging you, that will help you build your belief. And also growth and development, reading the right things, listening to the right things that are going to grow you on the inside and help elevate your thinking and your level of consciousness. That's going to help fuel your belief. At the same time, going to work. Even when you don't feel like it, just taking action, family, that will help build your belief. Because if you take massive action, you're going to get some results. And those results are going to bolster your belief. That bolstered belief is going to allow you to tap into more potential that you have because it's unlimited. Your potential is unlimited. It's going to allow you to take more action. And the cycle will continue. And before you know it, you'll be a regional vice president, building a hierarchy, $100,000 in income, become a senior vice president, $200,000 in income, $250,000 income, $500,000 in income, national sales director, $1 million plus earner in Primerica, and the rest, as they say, is history. So family, I'm here to tell you, be grateful for where you are right now, but don't be complacent for where you are right now. Be grateful for where you are right now, but don't be complacent where you are right now. Let's go out and let's really do a metacognitive. Let's think about what we're thinking about. What are you thinking about? What is your identity? What is your identity? What is your belief? And if there's some things that need to be corrected, some things that need to be just done over or done different, let's do it now. And let's correct those things as we end 2021. Love you guys. Thank y'all so much. Coach B Walk, I see you, sister. I want to give you a chance to holler at the team before we close out and let them know what you're thankful for and grateful for. But I'm going to stop training right now, guys. I'll load this up on the YouTube channel. And so you guys can be able to have it on wax. But hopefully you guys got something out of it. I love you guys so dearly as we go into Thanksgiving 2021.